Joke.
Hey! Yay! So we're here. It's December. We're gonna talk about One Hot December.
Oof.
Ooh yeah, laying it on. By Tiffany Reisz. I'm really excited, guys. Like I'm really, really excited. We're gonna go real quick through everybody. Tell me what you think when I introduce you. That way we can like be quick with it a little bit and get into the book. Amelia, what'd you think?
I thought it was very fun, light, short read with I like her snappy dialogue and the back and forth that she writes with people. That's my favorite part of her writing, and it was definitely present, so I enjoyed it.
And Liz, you just took a drink, so go.
Yeah. Honestly, like this is, I think the way that I explained it in one of my questions is, this kind of book is so far outside my wheelhouse that like it's exactly as far as you can go without looping back around for irony's sake. Like it's so far from what I usually read, but I was like, oh, this dialogue is cute. Oh, everybody's having a nice time. Like, oh, all right. Everybody's having a good time when they're talking or when they're doing other stuff.
You crazy kids.
Everybody's having a good time. No, I just felt very chill about it. Like, okay. And it was like, I'm the slowest reader in the whole world, so it took me like just a couple hours. I actually forgot that I'd read it until I checked my notes. And I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Okay. So yeah, it was, you know, I think it did the thing that it was trying to do. So good for that.
Ness.
I wanted to like it more than I ended up liking it. I wanted it to be steamier. It was not steamy enough for what I was
I recommend you move on to her Siren series if you really want something steamy.
There were like 12 sex scenes in a novella. So what do you mean it wasn't?
Like they were. Look, I've read fan fiction with better, sexier sex scenes. Is
like
all I'm saying.
Like vanilla.
I mean,
It didn't give me any pants feelings. Is all I'm saying.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, in terms of like quantity of sex per page per.
Oh yeah, no, the
way up there.
I'll put it this way: I read it at work, and I didn't give myself away by blushing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, like, but for a Tiffany Reisz books, this is like the least. This series on a whole is like blush worthy because let me tell you, I got the audiobook of the other one, and I'm like, oh god, I cannot listen to this when I am around people because woo.
I love that there are audiobooks of this. Like, oh really?
Of the Siren series.
Oh, the Siren series. Okay. I was
there is audio, and it is really good audio, and I really recommend the audiobooks, but you have to listen to them not in public because you will be read.
No.
Anders, Susan Seville,
my goodness.
Situation.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah, her.
Oh my.
No, so much more.
So much more. Because, okay.
So much more.
So, Amelia, you can jump into here. I loved it. I'm also super familiar with her writing. I'm working my way through that Siren series right now. And she writes generally more way kinkier books. Like, if you thought this was, like, too kinky, like, don't go on the Siren.
Like the main romance in the Siren series is between a professional dominatrix and a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So
it sounds like the beginning of a joke.
I know.
Do they walk into a bar at any point?
It's insane.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous and it's insane, but it's like, that's why I would say if you thought this was like kinky, like, nope. Like, go read two of the Siren series books and you're like, what the fuck?
I have borderline no experience. Like, I've only read a few, like, romancy novels. Like, I've read, like, Zoe Archer and Gail Carriger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. But even I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, there was nothing weird going on here. Like,
it's not weird. It's just
or like kinky
really,
or anything like that.
She delves. Like, this book was kind of like a taste for her non-vanilla stuff, for sure.
I mean, it's Harlequin, so like, it's a marketing thing. But there's a better question about that further down the line. I'm the only one drinking alcohol. I feel a little bad because I'm about to go into schnapps next. But
go for it. You're good.
Do it.
I got work early in the morning.
I mean, same.
Living my best life.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have any.
I guess we'll go straight in. I guess for that first question, what did you just do it? Let's get dirty.
Oh yeah.
We're all gonna be red by the end of it.
Working on it. Oh, it's just schnapps, and I'm gonna put a bunch of seltzer in it.
So, what did you guys think of the opening of the book?
I wanted to call the SVU because she was or the EEOC because she was clearly sexually harassing him on the job. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, whoa, lady, roll it back. Like, you can pay me in sex. I'm like, the fuck? Like, is the plumber gonna show up next? Like, what is going on here? Is this a book? Is this a book I'm reading on purpose? But I trusted you guys. I listened.
I mean,
to
it is a pancake
No,
sex book club.
I know.
No, I wasn't expecting somebody to just be like, oh, okay then. Wow, I thought we were talking about, like, fireplace grating. And then suddenly it's just like, you can pay me a dick. I needed a little more run-up than that. Like...
That's the thing with the novella. The Harlequins aren't exactly novellas, but they're so short.
Yeah.
And to squeeze that much sex into that short a time frame, you really have to get going quick.
Yeah, squeeze.
Plot is, light. Plot light.
They did manage to fit a lot of it in, though.
I'm saying.
There was a lot of plot for how short the book is.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
And how much sex is in the book.
I'm glad that everything's going so well for them. Like...
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be having a nice time.
I thought I was like really happy. I'm sure Amelia, you felt this too. I would think I was just like right off the bat, we were right into like Tiffany's style of like dialogue and like banter, and I was just like, yes, exactly what I want. Like,
was adorable.
Just like straight in, and I was like, this is the best.
I love how much they give each other shit like throughout the book, and it just gets better and better as the book goes on. They're giving each other a hard time. And,
yeah, the dialogue is.
I enjoyed the opening.
I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did enjoy the opening, even though she was being a horrible person.
I did also like that they that the book itself cast Chris Hemsworth as Ian, because I was like, dang, that is my particular
I can get behind
brand.
that.
That is my brand. And it's better than the guy on the cover who, like, at least in the Kindle black and white version, looks like he has a John Waters stash.
Yeah.
I think it's
he has a goatee, a blonde goatee.
A blonde,
It's a blonde.
I didn't even see the goatee.
It's a blonde goatee.
Really
We zoomed in.
It's terrible. His book cover model is
the
not
cover
good.
model is not even close, but I'm like, all right, I can think of Thor.
Yeah.
It's Harlequin-y cover model. I mean,
yeah, but
the
like,
facial hair does not do me. I was
put
Yeah,
that
I
out of my put that out of my brain. Cast Thor.
it's either got to be a full beard or nothing.
Yeah.
It's tough being a fair-haired man.
Yeah.
it can be. But Chris Hemsworth.
Like, so
I don't
hard for
even
it to
remember her mentioning him having a goatee in the book.
I don't think she
No,
did.
Now that I was like, I just had a thought. I was like,
Something.
did I miss something?
Okay.
That was
No,
just a weird.
I didn't hear it either.
It was bad.
Okay.
The cover model, not my favorite.
No, they needed a better looking Chris Hemsworth look-alike.
Yeah.
Yes.
AKA, just get Chris Hemsworth. I'm sure he would do it.
Yeah.
Just like Google image it.
He probably doesn't pose for romance novel covers career.
Probably
anymore.
not.
Like, I feel like he could go
Probably not beneficial.
above and beyond that.
Probably not.
Look, it would be super beneficial for whatever author.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's super beneficial for like
Let's be real.
a good chunk of civilization if he did that. But
You
know?
Yeah.
I would buy all those books.
Yeah, just have a little collection.
Yeah.
That's right.
or read them. Like I used to watch Sleepy Hollow on mute. The plot sucked balls, so I was like, all right,
Look,
whatever.
that man is very pretty.
He's very handsome.
But it's
She's like,
He
it's
wore
so
the
pretty. I'll
shit
just
out of
mute
the man bun.
you and just be like, pretty.
God, did you guys even see the second
That should
season?
be pretty.
All right.
no, fail.
First season, it was fun for a little bit. Second season, it was like,
I think I bailed halfway through the first season.
yeah. I mean, they got me the first episode where the Headless Horseman had a fucking AK-47. I'm like, this is everything that I ever knew, didn't know that I wanted. It was fantastic, and then it was just like, all right, fuck it, you're pretty. Leave that on in the background. So,
All right, who besides me has read much contemporary romance? None of us, like, pretty
I don't
much.
tend to read contemporary.
No,
And
not
I'm
years.
pretty limited on it, to be honest. Like, most of what I've read has been for review copies that I've gotten and stuff. I would say we all kind of read something with romance in it, though.
My heart is made of concrete.
Okay, you're like
Yeah.
She's mysteries.
Yeah, you're mysteries. That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
I read this hoping Rosie would be here.
I know.
wrote that question hoping Rosie would be
I
here,
know.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Which,
Does Rosie
spoiler, Rosie doesn't think romance is literature. And we
Okay.
all
Even I don't go
disagree.
that far. Even I do not go that far.
Yeah.
Especially Ness and I.
I-
And
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
I would bare
think
nickel
Okay.
box her over that.
I personally have learned that I cannot cut out any genre because there's always going to be something I
Yeah.
like.
Mhm.
You just never know. And
Honestly,
so-
even
Well,
No,
and anything
genre
that gets
is-
people reading, to be honest, like
if I don't like it,
I'm
that
not gonna
doesn't-
shit on it.
it's I can happily put like I have the what I call the kombucha dubstep zone, which is like I don't get it, I'll like it and I don't get it, but it brings value to someone else's life, so I'm just like whatever, leave it over in the corner. Whatever, it's fine.
I wonder if
definitely is no different, I don't think, than reading any other like fiction, especially genre
No,
fiction.
I mean-
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah,
Well, and if you honestly, it's like Tom Clancy for ladies. Like, let's be real. If you
Yes.
find value in Tom
Yes.
Clancy,
exactly.
romance.
Black Hustler too.
Well, and there's
Yeah, right? Like
Yeah.
John
shameful
Grisham.
about like less, I don't know, less highfalutin hoity-toity literature. Like, you're not. If I only read literal like
Literary fiction.
literary
fiction.
fiction, I'm not really better like than the
No.
people who read
No.
romance
Well, if you
novels.
only read
No.
literary fiction, a lot of what you're reading is a bunch of white dudes writing.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a lot of drama, to be honest, with divorces and love stories. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I don't get. I'm like, what is the difference, really? Except that romance
don't
novels
fuck.
guarantee a
There's
happy
lots
ending,
of sex,
and there's
yeah.
lots of sex.
Yeah.
Other than that, literary fiction is almost totally affairs and love stories and divorces.
Yeah.
So I don't even see the
Murder.
difference.
Murder too.
Yeah,
That is
there's
the
murder.
point.
So then they're gonna.
Oh,
we're
wait,
gonna
no,
write
um,
mystery novels, but then murder.
A young
in
white man
literary
coming of
novel.
age. Young white man coming of age.
Yes, there's always
Yeah.
Older white man having
Older
a
white-
crisis. Yeah.
yes,
Having a midlife crisis. Yeah.
with a younger woman.
Well, yeah, obviously, because somebody's got to make all of his dreams come true. But no, honestly, like I have read some. Like Zoe Archer and the Blaze of the Rose series got me through a very, very upsetting time in law school. So that is a good series. So the Gail character, like with the Parasol Protectorate book, she really only like did the romance angle for the first book. But yeah, other than that, like it's not what I like kind of go to books for. But if it's there, it's like, oh hey, okay, cool. Oh, you're here too, romance genre. Good to see ya.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
One is not better than another.
no, God no.
They're all the same.
Seriously, just
They're all
Just
good.
pick up books and read, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
because I don't read it doesn't mean that it doesn't bring fantastic things into other people's lives.
So, on that note, did this fall in line with your expectations of a romance novel, specifically a Harlequin one? Because that definitely has a different stereotype than other romance novels have. Or did you kind of change your mind on Harlequin?
This was better than I was expecting. Plottier,
Mhm.
I guess, than I was expecting. Not better. And I enjoyed that the expected drama crisis point was not really super drawn out. Like it was like, oh no, he bought
Yeah.
the sculpture. I'm gonna storm away.
Yeah.
Oh, JK, it was a misunderstanding. We've resolved
Yeah.
it with sex. The end.
Yeah, and she was like,
believed him
oh,
right away.
And she believed him right away.
Yeah.
She was
I
like,
really
"Oh,
liked
shit,
that.
that was really shitty of me to just assume that you had done the thing that I asked you not to do."
Yeah,
I really
actually
appreciated
found
that.
more human
Yeah.
than the contrived. How dare you?
I really appreciated that.
Yeah,
It was
Like, I
so
could see why
perfect.
she
I
would
made a
react
note
that
there.
way.
Like, oh, all right.
Well, and then also
Yeah.
kind of like in the way of like, oh yeah, well, we are at your dad's house. So it would be kind of weird
Yeah,
for you to have that delivered.
fair enough.
I was pleasantly surprised with the Harlequin tag on this and this whole series in general, because again, I don't generally read Harlequin stuff, knowingly at least. And it's just like, and if I have, it's like Regency. It's not contemporary. So that's like a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This isn't what I expect from Harlequin, like in a good way. Like it excites me that maybe Harlequin's expanding their thoughts on romance stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't just billionaire baby daddies and
It's not so niche.
accidental
Yeah.
marriages or whatever.
Yeah.
The boss's baby.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Which, again,
Right, like
not
this
deriding.
could have been like super tropey Harlequincy.
Yeah.
Like, right, like the
But it wasn't.
premise, it could have been
Right.
super to the
And
max.
honestly,
but it
the
wasn't.
blurb kind of tried to make you think it was going to be super like tropey too.
Yeah.
Because
But it wasn't.
eventually the employment dynamic went out the fucking window within the first
Very
book.
quickly.
And
like,
I
within the first
Great.
chapter.
Right? It doesn't feel gross.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I like she's not one thing or the other. She's not like, oh, she's a badass welder and that's what she is. And she, she's not super femme. She's like just a person,
Yeah.
a well-rounded person with lots of different facets. I really liked that. Because it could have been super tropey
Oh yeah.
with her being a badass lady welder or whatever.
Lady
Lady welder, porn name.
Yes.
Good
The
porn
lady
name.
welder.
Come on.
A+ part name.
Pretty good.
So on that note, what did you think of Flash?
Oh yeah, sorry, I jumped ahead.
No, you're
Oh.
fine. You already kind
That
of.
was a good segue, Amelia.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
That was on accident. Okay.
I mean, aside from the fact that, like, she was blatantly sexually harassing the dude in the beginning, like, eventually, like, once she kind of calmed the fuck down, I was like, all right, cool. You seem nice.
I liked her. I felt like she was somebody I could know in real life.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you're not a person.
Yeah, flaws and all.
You're just a device in this novel.
Yeah.
She felt a little not like other women TM, like
Yeah, I got that vibe too.
Mhm.
which
Especially
I
at
don't
the beginning.
like. Well, I mean, I feel like it went like throughout the whole thing because he kept on being like, I can't be like this with other women. I can't do this with
I guess I
other
missed
girls."
that.
Oh, see, I read that as because he likes her so much, and maybe that's just my personal.
I
bent on
I read
but
it.
he
A
was like,
lot of it as
I
that
can't
too.
do this with other women because I'm so obsessed with you that I can't stop. I can't like be cool with other. Like,
Well, he specifically says like he stopped dating because he was still like so into her.
yeah,
So I think I took it that way. I mean, I still got that vibe from her in a way.
Mostly from his point of view. Like,
Yeah.
when he would describe her or think about her, that's how it felt to me. Like she's not
Mhm.
like she wears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
which
the
yeah,
way
I'm
where
with
they
you. That
described her
she's got
tattoos.
short
And, you have naked
hair.
ladies on your arms, and I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
What? Not that I have a
Got
problem with
short
that, but
hair.
like,
Well, no, just bare.
why are we calling that out specifically? That did feel sort of. I was really afraid of the manic pixie dream girl
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
and she didn't go there, but it was close at
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Where I was like, no, don't
Yeah, it
go
got
there.
signaled a couple times, yeah.
You're so cool.
You have short red hair.
Yeah. Ugh.
What
And,
did you think
hood
of Ian
piercing.
on that note then? Because I felt like I don't know, he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Kind
He's
of
nice.
had like the rich
He's just
daddy
really
boy
pretty.
stuff, pretty boy. Like it just I don't know. He was fine.
Yeah.
I did like that Flash was the one to initiate him into her kink because you don't see that often. It's almost always the man, I feel like, bringing a woman into that lifestyle, like in books.
Yeah.
It's very rarely a woman being the one initiating it, which is very on brand for her as the author because I do feel like that's part of the Siren series is her bringing other people into the world.
Mhm.
Yeah, I liked that, I know, but yeah, he just felt flat-ish in a weird way.
Seemed nice enough.
Yeah.
I got talking to him at a party. If he looked like Chris Hemsworth, then like I'd super dog him at a party. Like,
He had good ethics and morals.
Yeah.
he did.
No, I'm 100% on his side about employee-employer fraternization.
Yeah, he did a good job. Handled that all very nicely, I thought.
Yeah. He
Did
should have
his
told her. I mean, he should have
He should have told her.
told her.
Yeah.
In the end, but at the same time, like, misunderstandings happen, and he was doing the ethically correct thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was definitely in the right on that. He could have handled it better.
I'm very big on power imbalances.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think.
didn't feel that way.
Yeah, there was-
in a
yeah.
non-consensual way.
Oh no! Like
Yeah.
once they finally like just dispensed with that, I was like, oh okay, everybody's on equal footing here, and I did appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, and I
Side
feel like
note-
he did a good job.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think he did a good job making not elevating himself. Like he didn't feel like he was slumming banging
Right.
her or
Right.
dating her.
I
or
really
whatever.
appreciated that, like how that was played out, and like the dynamic of like him coming from where he came from and her, and then the discovery of her issues with it, were like kind of tropey and whatever, but whatever, like it's fine. But it like played out well that I didn't care in a way.
And the family wasn't crappy. Like it wasn't expected. At first, I thought, oh, she'll go to the party and the family will be crappy, and and they weren't, and that was rad.
I really appreciated that. They weren't,
do
like,
really want the story of the dad and the mom for Ian.
Yeah,
I super want that story.
Yeah. But also, like, who can weld a sculpture that beautiful in like 2 days? Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, even like
unbelievable.
I mean, her whole life got 100% better within like the span of a week. So we're kind of dealing with sped up timelines here. But you know what? I was okay. I was okay with that.
It works. You know, she just didn't sleep, guys.
Clearly.
Yeah, basically. She had art.
Because she was like banging him 24/7 and then also managed to create
I don't know how they did it that much.
Seriously.
And she was able to move. Or
she would have needed a vagina transplant. Like, let's be real.
That's classic Harlequin, though. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean, you speak true.
This is perfect. I don't know, do you guys feel like we've talked about the dialogue enough?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. It was super cute.
Snappy banter. This is what I want in my romance. This is what I want in everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I
love
totally
snappy banter.
Yeah, like they seemed like intellectual equals. Like they were both on equal footing, and they were like clever and charming.
This is like how Dave and I talk to each other. Like we're all. I'm so mean to him all the time.
Oh, I didn't think it got too mean.
No, you know what I mean though. Like where other people might be like, "Whoa, wait a minute." It's like,
oh no, slight rib poking, but
yeah, we're just
Yeah,
obnoxious to each other.
Real. That seems legit.
It definitely seemed real.
Yeah.
And I loved that about it. I was like, "Oh, this is like me and Dave talk to each other."
She was all bare and then took off. I was dying laughing. Like,
oh
I just should save all his.
100% do that. Yeah.
Especially if there's food involved that I know he's going to try and get to before me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, look at that over there.
Yeah, it was cute.
Like, no, this is mine. I'm glad. I don't know. I was worried. I was like, I hope nobody's like, oh, this is just not that great.
Oh no, like it never got Aaron Sorkin-y. It never got like
it wasn't right.
Confession. I fucking hate Aaron Sorkin's dialogue. I can't handle it.
Kidding, it's fine.
I mean, all right, fine. Just close it.
You're fired from the podcast. Get out.
I can't handle it. Or at the very least, like when it's trying to be comedic. Like, honestly, I have a lot of friends who like Sports Night is their favorite show of all time, and I'm like, this is like applying a nail file to my eardrums.
Maybe it's because it's sports.
No, they're never talking about sports. They're never talking about sports. They're just being funny at each other. And I say this as somebody who tries way too hard to be funny. Like, it's just not working. It's not funny. Oh my god. But no, like these people were cute, and like I would have fun hanging out with them, like when they're not like fucking each other. Like on the
not happening, but yeah,
no, like whenever they have like a spare 15 minutes, when they're not fucking each other, like I could probably like play a game of Smash Brothers with them and like have a lot of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it felt like real people talking, not Aaron Sorkin.
Like that is like actual interesting people. Like,
oh yeah,
like they probably have their own opinions about stuff.
That's such a hard thing too, though. I feel like for authors, a lot of times it's getting the dialogue right.
Oh my god, dialogue is incredibly difficult.
It is. Like, and I know it is because I've done NaNoWriMo and stuff. Like, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like, oh, it's so good with it.
Right? She did it really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, the bisexual little like slip in.
Just
in the book. It was just the tip
of bisexuality.
It was just the tip.
Well, what I liked was that she's still called bisexual even though she's dating a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did too.
It's not that
yes.
obnoxious, terrible thing that people do sometimes where like,
you're
for
not...
example, Wonder Woman headlines. Wonder Woman is straight in the next movie. No, she's not. She's still bisexual.
No,
she's dating a guy.
In a straight relationship.
So I did like that.
Yeah, I thought that it was well done. I looked at it from the point of like publishing houses and stuff, and like I feel like that's pretty big for a Harlequin to have like a character still referred to as bisexual when they're dating a guy and or a bisexual character, because I don't know of that in Harlequin. And I could be totally wrong because I don't know, but it's not the thing I think of when you think of a Harlequin novel.
Yeah.
So it just made me
I like
really
that it didn't
happy.
become a thing or part of the plot. It was just a character trait, like her.
No.
I have tattoos and I'm a welder and I'm bisexual. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like
it was never a thing.
It was very accurate to how it is in real life when you're bisexual, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me. So yeah, I liked that. It made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of it's in here. It's done.
Yeah.
We left it. It didn't become a thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a thing.
I know that
And it
that
came
was
up in an organic way, which was
Yeah.
nice. Like, it wasn't like a weird, crammed in there kind of thing.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
yeah, it wasn't. It was brought up to a couple of times, as opposed to say Dumbledore, where it's like a known thing, but they never say it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not
Right.
like the secret bisexual. She's actively known bisexual. She's a known bisexual.
Yeah.
Bisexual facts. Known
Notorious.
bisexuals are dangerous.
Notorious bisexual.
It isn't like heavily hinted at or secret or baited. It's just right out there.
Yeah. The one thing I would have liked, though, it would have been if one of the past relationships that she'd had in the last 6 months, because they mentioned several of them, would have been with a woman.
Yeah,
Mm.
same. It would have been.
That would have
to
been
see
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have made sense, but I don't know. There was only so much time to do that kind of backstory before they had to
Right.
start fucking again. So
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I
too
mean,
much
they mentioned
time.
like 4 dudes. One of them could have been a woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was trying to remember the names. I was like, maybe one was, and we just don't
Yeah,
even
I just
know.
don't
That was
remember.
one of those names. But
Yeah.
I think they were all like distinctly dude names.
might have been like Alex.
Male pro.
Yeah.
But no, I know this might have been a big like push for Harlequin because like I find Harlequin interesting in a very in like the anthropological sense. If that makes any sense. I am a robot, guys. Hi. But like because my knowledge and experience with Harlequin is that like these are the books that I saw the secretarial pool pass around when I worked, in a large office. Like people, they passed around Harlequin, like Harlequin branded things. And I'm trying to think of like the ladies that I worked with at the time, and I'm like, would that have just like gone over their head? Would they have done anything with that? Because these were like women who had families and like they were in their 40s, like 40s and 50s generally were the people
They
that
read
I
the
saw.
gay stuff on Kindle, so you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
no, this was pre-Kindle. This was before Kindles existed.
Okay, so then on
Before
the
Kindles
internet.
existed, yeah.
They're on
yeah,
fanfic.
they'll go to their
fanfic. Yeah.
They would go to their Usenet groups.
Yeah.
They're on listservs.
Yeah, listservs.
They
for
were
the
very
fanfic.
excited when the Kindle came out because they were like, I can read it.
That was
So
the
many of
first
us.
thing most people that I know were like, sweet, I can read fanfic on the train and nobody will know.
Yeah. Yep, I don't have to wrap my book in brown paper.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just like
Yeah,
read it in your
Let's
purse.
not forget that 50 Shades is the most purchased book of all
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, no, like
people
ladies enjoy
like
porn.
Yeah.
Oh
Ladies
God,
like
but that's so bad. Like,
No,
I
it's
really want
terrible.
people to read, but it's
No,
so
it's
bad.
real bad. There's
Yeah.
much better kinky books out there.
So
Yeah, but-
including the Siren series.
But if you don't know
Yes.
where to look, you just like, well, I know that Margaret from the shopping center read this one and she said it was good, so I'll read that.
Well, and a lot of people are embarrassed to go in the store and like look in those
That too, yeah.
sections.
Well, that's what Amazon's for.
Well, that's the other coin of the shaming of certain
Right,
genres.
exactly.
Now we're all embarrassed to go, but like, nah, fly it.
Oh.
Who cares?
That's right.
Enjoy
It's
what
a
you
pleasure.
enjoy. But really, read the Sirens instead of the 50 Shades, because
Because that's just an abusive
Or like
relationship.
message
It's just not a
me.
good-
I can probably give you some other recs that are
Oh, yeah.
similar but better.
But good.
dude, in
Yeah,
many
but
genres.
good.
Dude, I almost wrote like a big ass
But
final.
at the same
paper
time, like
in
I
law
don't care.
school.
I'm just so happy you're reading a book.
I almost wrote like a big ass final paper in law school about like domestic violence law and how it would handle Twilight's relationship.
That would be amazing.
Oh my God.
I came this close.
It's so true.
Twilight was fine at its time.
Well, no, like the idea is that
Well,
like
no.
It's
there's
really-
like the mandatory reporting with a lot of DV law.
Mhm.
So it was like, they would obviously like arrest Edward Cullen, but like what if like because she's clearly like okay with it, like what is the meddling of the law? And then eventually I decided to read the Stephanie Plum series, which sucked balls. So
I think I made it through that first book in that series and failed.
I made it through the first book and I was like, I've never bet like I basically pulled the "How dare you" card like on a book that was over like 10 years old at the time.
That's how I felt about it too. I was just like, no.
How dare you? 2, why did I do this to myself? 3, am I really going to write a paper about this?
I'm really sad that you didn't, actually.
I wrote a paper about Stephanie Plum.
Yeah, but
I wrote about
Twilight domestic violence would have been amazing.
That would have been.
I know, but then I would have had to read Twilight. Twilight was actually longer than the Stephanie Plum one, and I was like, I have a lot of research.
It is a long book or a long series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, even if I just did the first book, I would have, it would have been a lot of time, and I had other classes.
Oh wait, no, never mind. You're not like a fast reader. I was like, it'll only take you a couple hours, and I was like, never mind.
Honestly, I'm getting better. I'm getting much quicker. I'm still
good.
much slower than you guys, but
This took me a few days.
Compare
I have to
yourself to
like
Ness.
sleep.
Ness is a machine.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
I wrote this in one sitting. Not gonna lie.
yeah, same.
So did I. But
I
But this
I
was-
would have. I literally would lay down for bed, and I'm like, I'll be fine. Like normally I can stay up for like an hour and a half and read, and I just was so tired. Nope.
Yeah. It's just
And I was like,
timing.
this is so sad because this is not a book that should take me this long.
I don't know, like
So-
I'm trying to remember. That's right. I had like fucked up my knee, and I was like sitting down, and I was like, I guess I'll read the book club book, and suddenly I finished it, and then it was time for dinner. So
I love a good. It's a good month for a short book.
yeah.
So, was the sex steamy enough? I know we didn't have candy canes, which
No.
disappointment as always.
God.
We need a December book with candy canes. Hopefully next year we can find one.
Sexy
Please,
authors,
writers.
please
Do
write us
you
something
really-
with candy cane.
Do
Yes.
you really?
Yes,
Really do.
we really do.
Oh God, the yeast infections.
No, just put a
Look,
condom on it.
it's magical realism, okay?
Or
it's
that.
like-
Also that.
Just get a candy cane like colored dildo or something.
No.
That'd be fine too. Look,
Right.
we want candy cane themed sex encounter
Yeah.
in an entire book.
Anyway. I just have ideas, but anyway.
Look, please write this.
No, I will not.
Amelia. We'll be nice.
Yeah, I'll co-write it with
No. There's
Yeah.
no way in hell I'm going to write a book for this book club who does then tell me that my sex scenes are not steamy enough.
Can we do like we should
Amelia,
have,
I would never tell you that your sex scenes are not steamy enough.
You're so nice. I appreciate that.
we could have like the pancake sex candy cane.
Right? Come on.
Peppermint Delight Book Club.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What if you had like candy cane pancake? Okay.
Oh no. Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, I think I am the equivalent. I am like the robot, the beep boop robot. It's just like it really. Nah, it wasn't especially steamy. Like it seemed like everybody was having a real good time. That was cool.
They were
But,
having a
like,
good time.
Everyone was having a good time, and I appreciate that in a book. Like I don't want to see anybody having a bad time during a sex scene.
There's a part where her cat
realism.
is cleaning itself and then he uses that as a I thought that was pretty cute.
That was funny.
Yeah,
You is not.
It made me laugh.
it was,
But yeah,
I
it
think
was
it
more
kinda
about the
funny.
cat, really.
It was kind of funny.
I thought so. I don't know if you guys noticed, they were very good on a lot of romance novels like skip over protection and all those things.
Yep.
Mhm.
But a lot of more contemporary authors are definitely working that in, and I thought it was just like perfectly integrated in the best of ways.
Very organic.
Like I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they talked
She
about
She
getting
does consent
checked.
very well,
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought. But hot tub sex is not.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
sex underwater, not a good idea.
But most
Well,
people
I
do
thought
it,
they
though.
left the
Like, a
water,
lot of people
They
kind
did. They do get out. They get out, which
So-
I'm like good because no.
yeah, that was my thought process that entire scene. I was like, oh no, please don't. This is not good lubrication or for anyone.
No.
Like you think it's a good idea and it's not a good
It's
idea.
not a good idea.
Oh no, like it's not helping anything along, but
No, it's just,
No,
yeah, you
if
don't
anything,
want
it's
water in
probably
there.
hindering it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not nice.
You're gonna have a really weird queef later.
And
If you titled it, that would be the
Right?
title.
you're gonna have a really weird queef later.
I mean, like, somebody even can title the
We
We
can
can't talk
indeed.
about
We
it.
can
And
title
this
the
is
post
why none of us can ever run for office. Just saying.
Oh thank
that.
God.
Okay with that.
You don't want
I'm
me in
okay with
You know,
office.
we're free. We're free.
I'm an immigrant. I already can't run for office. It's fun.
that. Writing it down.
But
There you go. Thanks, Susie.
that was my thought the entire time. That scene
Well,
started. I was
thought
like,
it
oh
was-
no.
It was like a C plus steamy, but I feel that way about most vanilla. So I'm a bad judge.
Like honestly, I don't have much of a reference. Like the only reference points I thought I would put it on like the B. Like a B.
Yeah, I was thinking like a B.
Yeah, maybe a B.
A C.
Especially, I feel like I'm jaded because of her other books, though.
And also, for me, it was a B. Like I think it only got the B because of who like the book itself cast as the dude. Like I'm
And it's
sorry
like a
to
C
hammer
plus
this.
B. Like it's right there on the
Yeah,
border
C
for it. But
plus
again, similar like I don't know. It's hard because I know her writing when it's not vanilla, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, but this was Harlequin.
Her
But,
other
like-
stuff is so
but her other
delightfully
stuff
That's the
is
thing, like,
so filthy.
I can't imagine, like, well, then I got not to say that, like, 17-year-old me knew a ton about the other ladies in, like, the kind of, pool that I was working in, but they were handing around these things. Like, it was a lending library.
They're all
And
like that.
God bless Harlequin for existing because, like, that was fun. That was something for the ladies to kind of do together. But at the same time, like, it's supposed to be, like, at least my understanding from having watched the kind of social dynamics around it, it was kind of about, just hitting kind of the common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say lowest common denominator because, like, that's mean.
No,
But
it's kind of about like the
General
books are made
applicability.
for broad appeal,
Yes.
marketing wise,
Broad appeal.
for sure. And I mean, like I have a marketing degree, so I, of course, will constantly look at things in that way. Like,
it's super relevant here.
yeah, and like, why does one series I read by Sarah J. Maas? It's like published by a children's division, and there's sex in it, and I'm like, guys, no, like this is like, and then it's marketed as YA, and I'm like, this is not YA, like not that kind of YA, like this is like older teen YA. I don't know.
Young
I'm
adult.
like,
That's the new thing, right? Young adult.
new adult.
Yeah, new adult.
I guess
Mm.
it's kind of new adulty. I don't know. It puts me off in a weird way, though. I'm like, I don't know how you should market this, but I don't think this is right. Like, 13-year-old me could have read it and been fine, but I don't,
But
I
would
may
you
not
give
be
it to a
able to
13-year-old relative?
it would depend.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the problem. I would give it to my kid.
Yeah, this book
But
was
then
definitely
would your
like
kid-
kid worthy, I feel
But
like.
would your kid then be like, oh my god, mom, oh my god?
Yes, of course they would.
Yeah.
My kid read
100%, but I don't give a fuck.
when we
Yeah,
read.
sure.
He had already read it. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna read this romance novel about werewolves," and I was like, "Really?" He's like, "I heard it was good." And then
What book
we
was
read
it?
it, and I was like, "Dang, son, bitten." The very first book we read in this book club.
That's right. I remember that.
Ooh, you read some
Yeah.
dirty book.
Hey.
So, but he was like 15.
That series is what gave us our name.
Is it?
I know.
Oh shit. He does know
Like,
that that's
okay.
not right.
Yes,
Okay? Okay.
no one
good.
eats pancakes like that.
Don't
All
feed
right,
your
good.
partner while you're screwing
She
them.
had a discussion after she read book 2.
I was just like, look,
We
Aw.
need to sit down and talk about pancakes.
yeah.
And
No,
Mom,
fuck
no.
it, that's fine.
no.
It's like, Mom, what I do with syrup is my own business. Oh my god.
Speaking of yeast infections,
Yes,
wow.
seriously.
Whoa.
All right.
Ooh.
My son, here's what you need to know about vagina chemistry. If I ever have children, they're absolutely screwed.
All-star character of the book, can we all agree, was
Oh yeah,
Mrs.
Scheinberg.
Scheinberg.
I want a
Absolutely.
I want a historical romance of Dr. Scheinberg and Mrs. Scheinberg. That's
I
what
know.
Sound
Dude.
amazing.
Oh my god, I
Oh my
really
gosh.
want that now.
I really want that.
But
That
I
sounds
wanna see
amazing.
buy her that dress the first time.
Right?
Mhm.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Yeah.
That'd be so sweet, too.
She's the best. And her, like, Christmas cookies.
Oh my god, that was adorable.
Is the best.
Contraband.
So
Her kids won't let her have them because they're Christmas cookies.
The Christmas cookies.
Oh my
Really
gosh.
bad for her heart.
Goy food. They called it goyish food. I laughed at
That was
that.
cute.
Oh,
No,
Like
it's
kids
just-
don't eat cookies.
She was adorable, and it shows that the author, like, okay, you can set a scene. You can write a
Yeah, yeah.
character. You're pretty good at this.
yeah.
Yeah, she's fab. Truly fab.
Best character of the whole book.
Oh yeah,
Worth
seriously.
the cost of the book.
And
Seriously.
calling her out appropriately. Like, you
Yes.
can't do that. You're being a shit. You know,
Yes.
don't
But
do
like
that.
lovingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a nice
She
way.
was, like-
yeah.
That was like the perfect, like,
She was a good foil. She was a really good foil.
yeah, parent
Yeah.
character, you know, bounce shit off character.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's just so good. And then I just love when she was
Adorable.
like, well, if you're going to take her away, then it's okay because I'm going to go move in with my son now because she has somebody. And I was just like,
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
I'm old. I don't have to worry about. Yeah, no, I have a note like
friend.
now. Scheinberg, I like.
I was just like, sweet old lady. And I just loved her.
So she was a piece of very good writing.
Yes.
She was.
All right, Tiffany Reisz, get on that historical romance, please.
Oh my god, that was.
You should tweet her. I bet she'd do it.
Oh my god, do it.
I'm really looking forward to her. She does a holiday special every year for free. I don't know if it's out yet. I need to go check because I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. I don't know
But
if
yeah,
I
you
read
can
last
read all
year's.
her old ones too.
She's just delightful. Eris, you want to do your last question?
Yeah. So okay, think of me as like a robot species that has come from another dimension. Like, what is this book for now? Like in the age of fan fiction, in the age of 50 Shades of Grey, like this isn't this again. I wrote it down, but there is no value judgment. There is no judgment of any kind. It's just like. Because I read this and I was like, oh, that's fine. And then I went on to another book that I was reading. Like, so kind of, and I'm remembering those ladies of the secretarial pool, like, what's this book doing? Because all books do something. Every single one of them. So, like, in the age of the internet, what is a Harlequin romance novel? With zippy dialogue or no? What is the Harlequin romance novel doing? I would love opinions, because again, this is so not my field.
Do you watch chick flicks?
No.
It's
Shit.
the same.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like Harlequin novels are like I read romance in general because it's usually pretty happy.
Mhm.
I tend to avoid literary fiction because I also often find it very unhappy and not what I want. I read to escape. So I either like I mean I say romance, but it's not necessarily means that romance is the main device either in what I read. But I think these exist to serve a kind of the idea of like porn for women that's acceptable, and not frowned upon and put down, necessarily in the same way. Well, I mean it's still frowned.
People do get shitty about Harlequin novels.
Yes,
Differently
but
than
like
they do about porn.
19-year-old me would have been
Yeah.
shitty about Harlequin novels.
But, like, it's a
19-year-old me
different-
was a bitch, but
different
Weren't we?
way though than people get about porn when women admit to watching porn. Do you know what I mean? Like
It's
Yeah.
not like porn judgy. It's like you're not smart enough judgy, which is different judgy.
Yeah, it is.
like it's
Yeah.
a different. So I feel like it serves that whole. For me, it's kind of like sometimes I'll read a dumb popcorny type. It's like a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
So I'll read like a popcorn book because I want something that's just light and doesn't matter in between a heavy book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I did after I read Fates and Furies, which is probably one of the most depressing books that I've ever read. I did go through 7 romance books in a series all in a row as a palate cleanser because I was just so upset with life.
Yeah, like that's
Okay.
it's like I feel like books like these serve as like a good palate cleanser and or like just a fun escape where you know going in you're not gonna come out heartbroken and upset or like miserable or
The main character is going to get
you know.
the happy ending that you want her to get.
Literally.
something nice is going to happen with people, and they're also going to have a really great time on the way.
Like I'll
nice
It's like how
Yeah.
you read a mystery novel and you're pretty sure they're going to solve the mystery.
Mhm.
But at the
And
same
you're
time,
gonna
somebody's
get to
dead.
know.
Like,
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the same payoff ending where you're like, now I know.
yeah,
It's the same
all right.
feeling, except now they're together and I'm happy.
Now
It's
you're speaking my
awesome.
language.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because mystery novels all go the same place at the end.
Yes, they do.
solve the thing. Right?
Absolutely do.
Like, they may take a different path, but they solve the
Yeah.
thing. So it's the same in romance. It takes a different path, but then at the end, hooray! Happily
Okay.
ever after.
Yeah,
We're
as
happy
long
for
as
now.
it's not a series. Usually if it's a series, the end of the
Yeah.
first book is not happy.
True, but Harlequins aren't going to be typically series.
Yeah, Harlequins
It
generally
depends on
are
the
series.
Depends on the series.
Probably some are, but for the most part, my
I don't know.
experience
I
with
always
these
seek
little
out reviews on
Harlequins-
the second book to find out, and or read a plot summary
Yeah.
because I get
If-
real annoyed.
If you want a series where it's a happy ending on everyone, Mary Robinette Cowell's Glamorous Histories.
Those
They
are
get
on
happy
my
endings
list.
in every book.
Nice.
So that's pretty great.
So that's the thing. Like, this was very cute, and it was just like, oh, that was cute. And it, like, I've not. This was the first ever Harlequin book that I've ever read, so I was just like, oh, like, is that the reaction I'm not supposed to have? Like, was this supposed to do more? Like, is this? No, it seems like it was operating
Nope,
as
that's it.
intended.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Like that is what it's
That's
supposed
what
to
it's-
do.
Cool.
Um,
The mission accomplished.
It's like watching a movie with, Cameron Diaz.
Again,
basically,
language I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just quick, light. You get out the popcorn. You
Yeah.
curl up with the tea and the.
You know what you're
blanket,
gonna
and-
get. Yep.
Yeah, you know
Cool.
what's coming, and you know that there's gonna be some twisty turny perhaps along the way, but you're headed the same place every time, which is comforting.
Alright.
Yeah.
Comforting.
That's
I think
it's
there's a lot
definitely
to
a
be
comfort
said.
read. Yeah.
That again, because like for me, like the Discworld books are comfort reads.
Well, yeah. It's a
Like,
different
I'm
kind of
just gonna,
comfort
like-
read than
Yeah,
than
yeah, no, it's
that.
different,
Yeah.
and honestly, like it's a lot quicker, it's a lot zippier too. So, like even for me, the slowest reader of ever,
Mhm.
even I was able to get through this one pretty quickly and just be like, oh, that's nice, okay. Put
Yeah,
that
and
away
that's-
now.
I mean-
People who read romance read like that. They read in droves.
Mm.
Right.
Thousands of these books.
Yeah, I remember the office ladies. They were just, like buzzing around like bees with all these
mean-
different books.
I'm
Yeah.
almost at 160 this year And a lot of that's-
Damn.
because of romance books. Like not necessarily like Harlequin, but just general like
They're usually like a day.
romance-based. Yeah,
Like you
it
finish.
takes me a day or two.
Jeebus.
Yeah.
That sounds like magic and or
It's
witchcraft to me.
Sometimes,
Like-
because it's just like I can move on.
Yeah,
I'm not
Finish it
even-
and I can
thought
move on.
I thought that I had done something wrong because I got this
No.
done so quickly. I was like, did I just go with the chapter? What? Like,
No, there's no
That's
further need to analyze.
and yet we have spent how long talking about the book?
I,
I
like,
know,
you
like-
feel good. That was the plan.
Yeah, that's 100% the point.
It's like
Of this.
Disneyland in a book.
Yeah.
You know, you get your
Yeah,
churro, you ride your
okay.
ride. Good.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
All
Sure,
right,
another-
I get it.
I think
Along with-
Don't
that's good.
go.
Let's do our ratings real quick. I'll go first. I'd give it 5 nugs.
Mhm.
It's good, fun, good popcorn read, like 4.5-ish, right in there. I think I gave it a 5 on Goodreads because you can't do half stars. But it was like delightfully what I expected, and I want to rate it well so other people read it that read Harlequin and discover Tiffany Reisz. So ulterior motives. Ness?
I gave it a 3. I wanted it to be steamier, is really where that came from.
Eris?
The delegation from Mars, who doesn't really like I said, romance novels are outside my wheelhouse, but like reading it as a book, I still give it a 3. Like as somebody who doesn't understand the function of a Harlequin novel, I'd still give it a 3 because the writing was actually quite good. The writer herself wrote some very charming people who felt realistic. Everybody had a real good time, and yeah, so I can't really say much more.
Amelia?
I would probably give it a 3.5, but since I can't give it 3.5, I'd probably give it a 4. It was fun. It was really fun. I like her other work better, but that's just my personal.
Yeah.
I like her other works are not romance novels per se. They're a series with the same characters, and there's all kinds of things that happen, and it's not just straight romance or any kind of sexuality romance.
Yeah.
So I like those better. I find them more compelling, and they draw me in better. Plus, they're way dirtier.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Definitely.
Because
But,
again,
so
here's
those
the
are like more
delegation
my
from-
jam than this one, but this was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
it was good enough that I would check out her other stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, and
That's
my
fair,
5,
yeah.
I will say, is biased in the way of like, it was Harlequin. is kind of what I expected from Harlequin.
Yeah,
So
for Harlequin, it was certainly better
Yeah.
than others I've read out of the
and I want to bump it so people that I maybe follow me read it. And
I would
go
certainly
to
rec
other
it.
stuff.
The
Yeah.
author was good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely a book I would rec to people. For
I
sure.
appreciated the author a lot more than I appreciated the book, if that makes any sense.
It does.
She wrote
That
another
does.
book called The Bourbon Thief that you might like better, Eris.
Oh. Sounds like there's a crime involved, and
There is a crime involved.
Eris Esquire Girl Detective is all about those.
There's some criminess.
Ooh.
happening.
There's
thought
some
it was-
bourbon thievery. Shocker, I
How
know.
dare
Related crime.
How dare they?
Scoundrels.
It's sort of a Southern Gothic novel.
Oh, that
Really
actually does
fun.
sound
I
good.
saw unfinished.
Oh, really? Man, I read that one in one day. I just ate it.
I gotta sit down and just read it after I read The Cursed Child.
Yeah.
Do it so that we can complain together.
I know that's the only reason I'm doing it because I listened to 2 podcasts in a row with you and you bitched about it on both and I was like, fucking
So fucking mad about it. I'm
Now I
so
gotta
fucking mad about that book.
read it.
I'm so mad.
Then we do a podcast special about us bitching about this book.
Not that
Oh my
bitter,
God.
but
I'm 100% there for that.
a very
subscribe.
special episode.
Of hate.
No, start a brand new podcast where all you do is bitch about the Cursed Child. It can go on for several months.
Oh,
It'll be
no.
as painful as The Cursed Child was. So that would work.
I don't think we could get several months out of it. I think we get like an episode.
I don't know. Give
I don't know,
us
I
a
have a lot
chance.
of
She's got a lot of hate in her heart.
I have a lot of hate for this.
We'll see. We'll see where I'm at here once I read it. I'm gonna sit down this week and read it. I'm just dreading it. Anyways,
Yeah.
Ness, you have January. What is your book?
We are reading Labyrinth Lost, and I'm sorry, I'm going to totally butcher this name, by Zoraida Cordova.
That sounds
I've
right.
heard amazing things. Amy already read it. Spoiler alert, she loved it. She
Yeah.
forgot that it was our January book. Because she's like, what is this book I have on my Kindle? I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
And she said it was really good. So
It's
Which
YA,
is surprising. I
believe
wasn't
it is.
sure
Yeah.
if she'd like it.
I didn't think she would, but I have a terrible grasp on what she's going to like, is all I've learned from this book
Yeah.
club.
Same.
I was like, the fact that like she's usually in the camp of like, oh, YA, like that actually makes me feel a little better that I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to give this book a fair shake. So
Yeah.
This book sounds. You got it from
I love the cover. So
what?
Yeah.
No, wait, not what to read next. Reading the End, right?
No, I actually had heard about it.
Before
From-
that, okay.
Yeah, before that. And then I saw that I haven't listened to that episode yet because I wanted to read it before I finished.
I listened to it to get because I didn't know, and then I was
Huh.
like, "Oh shit, cool! I wanted to read this." So it's
Yeah.
been sitting on my Kindle.
Basically, YA Twitter has been talking about this book constantly. So
Good.
Awesome.
I
am
I like that
pumped.
it's set in Brooklyn.
And it was on sale. I don't know if it still is, but I think
I think-
snagged it for like $3.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think
something like that.
yeah, it was
It's not on
$1.99 for
sale
a while.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's back up to $7. So
Maybe it will go
but yeah,
again
that's-
if you
Maybe,
wait until like
but
after
we'll
there
Christmas.
be
are
back.
witches.
Yeah,
There are
it looks.
witches,
It
and
sounds
I
really awesome.
do
Yeah.
like anything involving witches.
Same.
So
Same.
Same.
I'm here for this.
I'm in for the paranormal
alright.
generally
Yeah.
and magic. So I think that's book club. We'll have. I don't know. We'll announce a January date when
Yeah.
we figure it out.
Yeah, once we actually get our shit together and figure out, at the other side of the holiday.
Pretty together.
Get out of
We
this year,
are,
right?
but like no, since there's so many holidays coming, I've got all
I
I knows
know.
what's going on.
Yeah.
No, we've been
All
doing
right.
really good being all consistent and whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
job,
usually
us.
third Sunday. Good
Hell
for
yeah.
us.
Yeah. Well, that is
Alright.
true. Forgot
I'm
the
stopping this
marketing.
broadcast.
All right. Bye.